Zeka, my name's Andre. Absolutely wonderful to see you, fanatically fantastical people out there. I hope this link is working. Uh, I'm getting a little bit better at things. I actually have a desk at last. So, and I have a printer that did work and now doesn't work. So, yeah, so we're getting there. We're getting there. Apologies, my most humblest apologies for last week. Last week I was just running with the banter. I'll tell you about this week as well. But let's greet everybody. Yes, so far, Buzzy. Thank you very much for all your pushing and shoving and helping and sending out. I really appreciate it. Debbie Murray, how's it going, Debbie? Always absolutely fantastic. Hendo, our favorite European South African. I don't know, my connection doesn't look too happy at the moment, so I hope I'm not jerking or stuttering or freezing up or something like that over there. It's unfortunate. I'm going to have to try and get a hard cable for you, which I haven't done yet. I'm only learning the online stuff over here at the moment. So yeah, Debbie, Hendo, Buzzy. Where's Arbot? Because Arbot is his birthday today. So I do have a birthday song for Arbot. I do, and it's not an ABBA song, huh? So yeah, where is Arbot? Hey, there is Arbot. Arbot, a very happy and blessed birthday to you, buddy. May you be cooking far better for far longer. Thank you so much for all your support already. But here's one just for you. Let's get this going.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Well, Arbot, that one was especially for you. Happy birthday. It's the best I could do at the moment with what I have, so I do apologize, but happy birthday to you, buddy. 2 thumbs up, and yes, wonderful one. What's Hendo say, Arbot? Happy birthday, sweet 16 from Annette. So who do you want to lose your... Okay, let's not talk about that. Yeah, I have nothing up behind me. That's why I've blurred it. It's still the computer room. And I'm facing out. I have a window all over here and a window over there. I'll show you what it looks like sometime when I've got everything up and running. So I look out onto the city from over here. So it's a little bit better. I still got to get a ring light, so that's why I'm dark. It sort of matches the dark rings under my eyes. Because yo. They know how to work a person. Yeah, I am worked to the absolute bone. I have no, how should I say, I have no set for this evening. So this evening is probably going to be pretty quick because of the fact we have Das Boca playing tonight. Bright and cheery. I feel actually down and dreary. I only got home this morning after 2, and that's not from being out. That's from being at the hospital, yes. Unfortunately, Ina's got someone visiting her now at the moment, so she's not online at the moment. But yeah, she went in for a operation on Thursday, and she had the op on Friday, and she came out on Saturday at 12 o'clock, and we fetched her. And then on Saturday evening, we had to dash back to the hospital again because there was a problem with her catheter, and we only came back just after 2 this morning. And then I still had to get to the police station because we had our residency permits given to us on Friday, and we had to register with the police station again. And I'm trying to get work done. If I can just get the freaking printer to work, it will be an absolute great day. But yes. But what's made the day great, it is our best 6-star Michelin chef, Arbot's birthday today. Happy birthday, Arbot. I really hope you have a stunning birthday. I have got to look in the chat for chats because I don't know what to talk about at the moment today, and I'm plied. I really am. I'm going to like the personality of a pancake this morning. Hello, this evening. Hello. Sorting out dodgy China VPN again. Don't be funny. Don't joke. I'm telling you, the Asian games are coming up, and everything is getting cracked down with that. So yeah, if you suddenly see I'm not around, just let me know if I'm actually sounding okay, and if I have any stutters or freezing. I don't know what I can do about it now. Yeah. As the Poochers got their Bok Bafok uniforms on today, you know what? They need to get those uniforms, and hopefully I can get. What I am looking forward to is they are flying next week, Thursday. So next week, this time, I should be able to show you the Poochers in their new Chinese habitat. So yeah, on Wednesday afternoon, they're being fetched from Ilandi and Nils by Petri location. They're being taken for their final clearance and check. And please let everything be okay, but it should be. And then they're staying over the night with Petri location. And then early morning on Thursday, they're getting shipped onto a flight. And then on Thursday night, they stay at Kuala Lumpur. They spend the night there. I hope they get a decent starred hotel where they stay. And then Friday, they fly to Shanghai. And then they should be bringing them, I don't know, probably by road from Shanghai to Hangzhou for us. So, yeah. And then I don't know how much all of this is costing, because it's costing on top of it's costing, but yeah. What's it? Summer definitely not over. Pissing with rain now. We had some rain on Thursday and Friday, but otherwise I must say I haven't really suffered with rain here hectically at all. Was it Friday and Saturday? First time I've actually got used to using an umbrella. Like, you want to do the what's the old Blue Eyes thing? I'm singing in the rain, because I never use. I mean, South Africa, you're like little. It's either like so you can't use an umbrella, or just spitting, so you just run through it. And yeah, it's the first time that I've actually learned to utilize an umbrella. So Ina and I both have our umbrella, and I have a nice tartan one, laddie. What's Debbie say? Hot as ever. Send us your rain. Our spring could benefit. Well, it's good to know that it's heated up there, but you can see I actually tried to lie down a bit now, because I have my hair's a little. I washed my hair, so I've put no gel in it or anything like that, and I've still got the sort of lie down marks in it. I do apologize. I have not done the proper camera makeup. Sorry about that. Arbot sounds good. Cloudy, little cloudy. China Dungeon, yeah, okay. Everyone with a birthday, yes, Arbot, we hope you have an absolutely stunning one. And if it's anything is good, I actually got onto now, here's the thing, I don't see your WhatsApp chats that often, because I need to put on the VIP if I need to get onto the WhatsApp. So a lot of the time I'm off it, because otherwise my Didi, which is my Uber or whatever you call it, Bolt or Uber, that's called Didi over here. Then that doesn't work. And also I have a thing, I don't know, something similar to WhatsApp, more similar to Telegram. For those of you who might know Telegram, because we used to use Telegram hectically in Cambodia. Yeah, we use Ding Talk. So then that doesn't work. So I've got to and that has most of the works files and all flying off them. So I don't always have my VIP on as such. You need to Teams AnyDesk with Hendo to link the printer. I did link it. I'm struggling to get my network password at the moment. I somehow linked it the last time, and then it printed. And this time it doesn't. And the thing is, I'm not printing from this PC. I have this little chappy over here. Which is very, very nice. This is what the school gives you. Every teacher that gets to school gets one of these little chaps. Even get your name and your number and everything onto it over there. and everybody has one of these, and you think this looks cool. Well, trust me, it's not for looks. It is absolutely not for looks. It is definitely for work, because we work our sweet little behinds off on it. So yeah, Hendo, I don't know how much you could help me. It's basically just joining the network, because both printer and I got it on the other day and it worked, and for the life of me I can't remember what happened. New meaning to sweatshop. You all lit up, bright and cheerful. Okay, thank you. Hope Ina's getting better. Yes, she is feeling much, much better. She looks like Lara Croft. She's got like a elastic thing around the leg. Oh, let me tell you, it's not the end of the world. So she had to have a bladder op. She had a bit of a prolapse bladder, which had dropped. And the lady from the medical insurance actually said, oh, well, she doesn't have to wait. And then she made her the appointment and everything. So off and in she went at like an astounding speed. But now she's got to wear a catheter for two weeks. So she's got like a Lara Croft gun holster on her one leg with the little bag in the side there. But yeah, I just wanted to wear that Tomb Raider uniform, and then I'll cancel streaming. You know why? Anyway, no, let's mind out together. Yeah, you need Teams, AnyDesk, Hendo. Yes, I have Teams, Hendo. If you need to speak to me on Teams, it'll be actually pretty cool. Yeah, no, my babies are nearly coming home. I can't wait for them. I cannot wait for my babies to get home. I mean, they would have been here already had Ozzy not decided to pull his disappearing stunt as such. Hi, CB. How are you keeping? Always good to see you. Nigel Sutton, how are you keeping, my friend? What talk? I'm not too sure what you mean there, Hendo. What talk? Nice to see Debbie as well. And I'm into everybody's private chat there. Buzzy's moments. Hi, everyone. Hendo. Nigel, your Georgie France hospitality is shite for the rugby. World Cup, bloody garlic, mayo laden, snails, munches, pricey accommodation. Hendo, you seem to have a bit of a hiccup with the French. Ina, there's Ina. She's back on. Obviously, the lady has left, or else she has just decided that company will join in on the stream as much as well. Shame, we have a friend downstairs. It's also at school with me, and she has looked after us like gold. She's made, when Ina was in hospital, she made supper for me. Or, not that she hasn't cooked, she's cooked a couple of times for us as well. The most phenomenal. Now, Arbot, this is probably going to shock you, but phenomenal vegetarian dishes. Dishes that I would probably pass up a meat dish for. It is so flavored and so nice. And then I'm like, I can't believe this doesn't have meat in it. It is really, really phenomenal. But really, we're fortunate to have friends like them downstairs. And yeah, they had lunch for us as well today. So, wow, it was amazing. Okay. So, yeah, so I've got a lot to do and a lot. I don't know what to actually. French language sounds more gay. Prefer German. I've got to show you something. Let's see if that actually works. I don't know if it's going to work on this one. Talking about French, and especially for you. You will enjoy it, French, seeing as Hendo has decided that French language sounds more gay. Maybe it's just happy. Maybe Hendo just means it's happy. German or Dutch. You must, yeah, angry Chinese sounds, and they're actually being very nice to you. And it's like, oh, and he's going, hi, can I help you? Is everything okay? Hendo can weep it up. He forgets it's that I'm Belgium and not French. I'm just waiting for something. I went to this place that has screens that has 3 floors. 3 floors. I don't know if I've told you about it or not. 3 or 4 floors. I think it's 4 floors. It's just one big place called Buy More, and it has downstairs. It's everything: Republic of Gaming, MSI, Dell, Apple, everything. All the brand stores and that down there. The next floor is like this major sort of flea market thing in the next 3 stores. The one is like sort of peripherals. The other one is like add-on things and builds and that, and the top ones like gaming stuff and all that type of stuff. So I did buy another screen there, which I hastily hooked up now at the moment as well. So I'm hoping that it works for me. And it's not working. What's your top 3? Okay, and let's see if I can get this shared. Should have sound. Tell me if there's no sound, because the sound is the most important, Hendo.
What's your top 3 designer brands?
Saint Laurent, Celine,
Monsieur Presset, Ackerman, Jem, Tepe, Jet.
Yeah, well, does that help you, Hendo? It sounds much better in French than South African. Monsieur Presset. What's Hendo say? From French, the same. Belgium, French, all the same. I didn't know that. I don't think so. Hendo, you're from South Africa. You're not a Brit. You're not supposed to hate the French. Frog leg munch. Hendo's been in the UK too long. He's already got a clay in the French there. Not the one side of Belgium. Ooh. They are Flams. Okay. Every man's favorite place. So you put Ina in hospital to go play at your new daycare center. Dude. Sorry, not dude. Debbie, I meant Debbie. I wish I could go and play in a daycare center. I was sitting here working. They work us to the bone at school. I kid you not. It is the most frustrating thing ever. One thing comes up to another thing, up to another thing, up to another thing. It's absolutely just mad the way things are going. I've gone so bananas. And even the one lady who's worked in China goes, she says, this isn't normal at all the schools. So I'm trying to be, what would they say, grateful, because I can't go back anywhere. The school does look after us well, so I'm just trying to do the very best I can. Hendo, but you like chocolates. Somebody's giving Hendo beans, I mean chocolates. In PJs, in bed, sipping champagne, had to deal with girl in class who sexually assaulted another grade 5. I need alcohol. Oh my goodness me. Hello, Alison. How are you keeping? Obviously you are, I don't know, having a hard time dealing with class things, but sipping champagne in your PJs in bed, well, all we can ask is, who are you sipping champagne with? Hello, Sean. How's it going? My favorite word in French is pamplemousse. Yes, you got to be careful for having a slur on that one. I said you pamplemousse. I say what? Yeah. Yes, a pamplemousse. Okay. No. Let's go from the gutter to the yeah. Sean, long time no see, my friend. Always good to see you. Sean is a really, really good buddy of mine. We have not seen each other, 30 years at least from school, and phenomenal chap always. Stuck in the China gulag? No, I'm not stuck in the China gulag. I've learned. I'm busy learning to work these online things. I tell you, I'm learning to work online, bro. Like, you're not. Because most of your stores in that, there's a Walmart, yeah, which is great, but it's the people dress normally, not like the Walmart that you see on the what's it, the YouTube or whatever, people dressing in Walmart. Walmart's pretty normal, yeah, except was it Walmart or IKEA? I tried to get a coffee, and all I could get was, I think it's oatmeal cappuccino. Well, when Ina said, what's it like? I was trying to be polite and said, it's palatable. Sort of opened the throat and downed it. But yeah. Alison, unfortunately on my own, good to see you. Yes. No, it's always good to see you. And yes, if you can't find anyone to drink champagne with, get that hangover by yourself. All that stuff, if you actually finish a bottle or two. But then take a little bit from Nigel there and get some chockies. Get some chockies with that champagne there. Yeah. Yeah, pampelmoes will end up in a pampelmoes club in South Africa. Yeah, I can imagine that. Nigel, I am in the city of Hangzhou in China. We've been here a little over a month. On the 12th, it was a month. It's now the 17th, so you can say almost 5 weeks that we've been here. So we're still finding our feet around the place. As I said, hectic. Going to the hospital, guys, was oh man. Literally, we've got an Uber there in what you call Didi, but it's over an hour to drive there and over an hour back. And it's not because of bad roads or anything like that. They've got absolutely stunning highways and everything over here. I really think I could drive here again without having to get a tuk-tuk. But there's no tuk-tuks here. The streets are not jammed with scooters and that over here. Your scooters have their own little lanes. There's no scooter on the highway or anything to that effect. So, yeah. But I am in China, not in a gulag, as per popular belief by our good friend Hendo, but it is, as I said, I'm in a school which is really, really beautiful. I took an opportunity with the school, and it's pretty stunning. The school itself is a phenomenally awesome school. I mean, there's they have a theater. A main theater, by the way, because they have another theater as well, and a two multi-purpose room theaters and things to that effect. Their main theater has over 700 seats, fully equipped screen box, everything. It is absolutely phenomenal. They've got a Olympic-sized pool, Olympic running track, everything. It has an international school, bilingual school. The kindergarten is actually on the school grounds, but separate from the main school, so the little kindergarten have their own pool and everything like that. The school facility isn't that big for nothing. It is second to none. It is absolutely a phenomenal school as such. Yep, Nige, I am teaching. I've gone back to teaching, which I'm very, very happy with. It's really, really nice. I'm teaching English, so I really hope my English is working okay for now, because them kids need to learn to speak English like I do. No, I'm kidding. Yes, I teach English for grade 4 and grade 5. And it's a pretty new or different experience. I have taught before as well in Cambodia. So, yes, similarly, I suppose I shouldn't do that because then my desk does the little nodding thing. I'm just agreeing with you guys if you see that happen. But anyway, yeah, at least I have a desk. But yes, I am teaching again. I enjoy teaching. It's really, you know what, one of the things that is the least amount of work for me is when I teach, because I just love it. I just flow with it. The kids, they just create an adrenaline rush for me. It's phenomenal, just getting all excited and teaching and seeing what they do. And yeah, sometimes you just got to be careful that you don't do too much talking, and that you make sure that there's activities and that. That's all part of teaching, but I'm really enjoying that part. It's all the other admin and red tape that is really a lot. So, but I'm sure I'll get to grips with it. At least you don't end up in SA public hospital. Well, yeah, I think that is the one thing that we are pleased that she didn't end up in Cambodian hospital, because in Cambodia, the hospitals are not that great either. So the one thing that we are grateful for is that she ended up in a first world country's hospital as such. The other thing that we're grateful for is that we had medical insurance for that as well. Slippery Pickle, can I like to be wearing a jean pant? I can like to be wearing a jean pant. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about teaching these kids. You know, I can, as long as the previous syllable does not match the next syllable, you are quite comfortable in speaking South African English. Yeah, and that was taken from, what's his name, Michael McIntyre. He really does it well if you look at his talent, his languages or accents. Show the school pics for Nigel Hendo. I will when I can actually access them again, Nigel. I have some amazing pics to see the school. I'm only about 2 k's away from school, but I'm not the walker, so I do catch a taxi to school and back every day. But there's so many people that stay in our complex area that it is pretty amazing. But yeah, I think it's a little bit hot at the moment, so I'd be like sweating like a bull by the time I got there. But yeah. Grade 4 and 5, lovely age to teach. Yes, they are. And no, they are not like in the movies where they come in quietly and they sit down and they really, really work hard and things like that. They are also children as normal as the children back home. They are also kid naughty. They talk a lot. They swing on their chairs and they forget to do homework and things like that. Mind you, there are some that are really, really pretty dedicated. They spend a long, long time at school as well. But yeah, very competitive as well. Some parents are almost more demanding than what the students are. You know what they want to know, what they're learning, what's going on, what's happening, where's this, why haven't they got homework today? They should get homework. Why are we not giving them more homework? And all that type of stuff. The parents almost give them a harder time as well. Teaching Oranje style English to Chinese kids sounds like it. Endo. Teaching Oranje style English to kids. Yeah, listen, I keep on forgetting these things. Let's do this. Oh, there we go. Remember to do it today. Please like and subscribe. If you have not subscribed yet, please like and subscribe this channel. If you do not like and subscribe this channel, an earthworm will grow up in your garden and eat all your vegetables. Drop me a mail if you want to. PPRSECHO. Yes, it is correctly spelled like that. I can't remember the password for the other one. At gmail.com. And yeah, you're watching the live echo as well. If you got anything good that you'd like us to chat about, drop me a message, please. Yeah, I just didn't feel like going anything political or anything to that effect. I'm not. Leave that to the big guns on what you're watching. You can find them in the. Okay, let me just take that thing off as well. Yeah, still having to get used to running through these things. This is what I want Ina to do for me. So as soon as we're back up and running and everything to that effect, I want her to do all my, like, sort of like little things, buy my merchandise and stuff like that. Always thought maybe I should get a Pepper's Echo cap. And I thought to myself, well, it's about time you just actually learn to get a better intro than what you have at the moment. Debbie, I have been speaking the best tasting English since I were twice. Yeah, now I'm 3 times over. Yeah. Hendo. The good Lord made motorcycles because he found those 2 wheels were rather demanding and he put an engine in between them. Why people still don't use that engine in between in this day and age, heaven alone knows. Okay? That is far too dangerous. Get an EV bike, yes. Yeah. Everything here is electrical. Everything here is electrical. The cars, even the cars, as I said, have different number plates. If your car uses fuel, it's a blue number plate and green and white if it is electric, because most of them are these days electric. All the taxis or Ubers or whatever you want to call it, Didi, are usually electric. I have not to this date seen a fuel bike at all. They're all electric. The problem is you can't hear the buggers coming. You just like get ridden over. That's it. Not even a it's a and that's it. You don't hear them at all. But yeah, one lady across the road from us who sometimes when it rains grabs a ride with us, she has an electric bike and suits off to school. So yeah, I might need to look at investing in one of those because in about a year's time or so, hopefully when I go back to South Africa, I can get my driver's license renewed because you can't renew your driver's license out of country. I've been wanting to do so much in Cambodia as well. But then I can get my, maybe purchase a car. And then once again, everybody has purchased electric vehicles. Everything is electric. It's amazing. The roads are very quiet. You know, where you usually have, you sit up here. I'm on the 16th floor, and the road is just down here because I'm looking out the window here, and it's quiet. There's no like, everything's like, there we go. Very much electric, yeah. Good to see though that they are still being kids. Yeah, no, they are always kids. They, this like get down and sit down quietly with your hands neatly folded and your little books. And now they forget their book and going to run out and fetch their book. And this one's torn, this one's book. And literally, I actually saw a message. I actually saw a message from, because where we are, we're encouraged to communicate with the parents, because the parents require that. They want communication with the parents. So there's different Ding Talk groups, which, as I explained, Ding Talk is like a WhatsApp or more like Telegram or something to that effect, that the parents can, and literally the parent like, our dog bit half of this one's homework. Where can we get a new copy of it, please? And I'm like, wow, I've heard kids say the dog ate the homework, but this is the parent backing the kid up. But well, who am I to say? Apparently, you can't walk a dog. I haven't tried it and I haven't confirmed it yet, but you shouldn't be walking your dog between 7 in the morning and 7 in the evening. And I think it's mainly the bigger areas. I think if it gets just after 7, they're not going to sue you for it. But you must see the amount of people just walking their little pups and bigger dogs and everything like that. My dogs are going to be quite, how should I say, meet the neighborhood as we go along the line. They still love their teachers. Yeah, they are very busy, but they are, Alison. They are. You get some lovely, lovely little kids, really. I got to be very careful what you say about kids, because people take it in such a terrible context that it's like, those kids are okay and they stay there and I stay here and you don't go anywhere near them. That's the bottom line. I had to teach grade 4 in, let's get that up. I had to teach grade 4 in absent teachers' place during my admin. I had to teach a family tree that they had to draw questions. My parents are not married. Is my dad still my dad? Oh, wow. That's some amazing questions. Well, we had a thing in Cambodia where we were busy doing what's your roof made out of. And we had some very privileged kids as well. And I remember, like, what's your roof made out of? And like, what do you mean? What's on your roof? You know, what is it, tiles, or is it zinc, or what's on your roof? And this one little girl was extremely perplexed, and she looked at me and she says, but teacher, we have a sky bar. I'm like, oh, okay, so your roof is a sky bar. And then you're like, write about your house. And then the one guy sticks up his hand and says, teacher, well, how do you spell mansion? And I'm clearly in the wrong game. Clearly. Sundays, we love to talk shite in the chat room. I blame Nigel and Debbie. I would travel around. Would love to travel around in Russia. I was actually reading things about North Korea the other day in one of my extra long taxi drives to the hospital and back. I eventually check on the VIP, and I can then go into Facebook, because without that you can't do YouTube, you can't do Facebook. I actually have one on now as well. I think I'm streaming via SA, if I'm not mistaken. But I was reading some really, really, really interesting things about North Korea, and it's like, you know, what's propagated to be and what's not propagated to be. But apparently you can get tours to go to North Korea. You can go and tour North Korea. I just don't know if I would like to do that, because it'll take one grumpy day for somebody to decide that you are now spying on them, and then next thing you've taken a photo of the wrong pebble or the wrong street name or something like that, and bam. I mean, what's it, that one guy that was sent back from the US, he never made it in the end. Seriously. I would love to travel around Russia. Yeah, Russia, I think, would be quite an experience, Nigel. You're right, Mr. France. Wow, Andre, I don't want to cycle. And it's not that I don't want to cycle, it's just that cycles are so primitive these days. Hendo, You shouldn't have to cycle since the birth of the engine. In South Africa, Slippery Pickle says we can just choose number plates and put them on. It was amazing to me when they showed. And then also when you first get your driver's license, you get like this big yellow sticker. I don't know what it says on it because it's Chinese writing. This big yellow sticker, the one lady that took us out once showed us, and it's stuck on your car. And it stays on your car for a year. It's like having a big learner's L stuck on your car for a year, but it's like a yellow sticker with red writing on it. And that they have to keep on their car for a year after they get their license. Yeah, electric vehicle is far too silent, I'm telling you. As I said, it runs over you before you know it. And I was hit by a scooter in Cambodia. Stupid person, but yeah. 100,000 bicycles in Beijing. Song comes to mind. You know what? They've got all over the place. They've got bicycles. You don't even have to buy a bicycle. You can actually go and you scan it with your phone, and there's like a little lock on the back wheel that like shink opens, and then you take it and then you ride around with it as long as you like, and then you park it again, you scan it, and chink, it closes and then charges you for the time you've had it. And it's like next to nothing. People have got them all the time. Last Sunday I went to meet a friend. This is one of the things we actually ended up with quite a bit of a long time. I went to meet a friend in town because he was taking us to this place that might have some bigger clothing for us, because Ina and I have absolutely no winter clothing. Coming from Cambodia, all we've got is shorts and t-shirts. So yeah, Cambodia. But yeah, we actually managed to get 2 jackets there. Ina got 2 or 3 jackets there, well priced. I got a long sleeve shirt there. I got 2 pairs of jeans. Ina got 2 pairs of longs. So I said, well, even if it's not enough, at least we've got clothes to put on to go and buy winter clothes. But yeah, when we came out of the metro, because we take the metro, we're sort of starting to learn to take metros and that at the moment, which is actually quite nice. Must say, metro is clean, beautiful. It's just like no one has manners here. I tell you what, you wait to get in that metro, everybody runs for a seat. If you don't get a seat, you stand. And it can be youngsters, it can be young men, it can be young girls, it can be older men, older girls, whatever. You can have an old lady standing there hanging on the pole, and then you got a youngster sitting there looking at his phone. He's not giving up his seat for that old lady. Not a chance. You didn't get here, you didn't get the seat. There's no ways you're getting a seat. It's like, I pushed in here first, I'll get the seat. Doesn't matter how old or how decrepit you are, whether you're a lady, whether you're an old lady or whatever, I got the seat. So it is what it is, I suppose. I suppose it's like that all over the world. But yeah, very, very pushy, shovey. Let's go. And yeah. But yeah, so when we went to the metro, we went, and next thing he'd gone down to the store already, and he'd like, oh, well, I've got to come up to meet you. Next thing he came up with a bicycle. No. He just rented a bike to go down there. We haven't rented a bike yet ourselves because it doesn't have an engine. But yes, I suppose one day is one day when we will actually do the renting of the bicycle. I don't know if my wife can ride a bicycle, so we'd have to find out about that one day. Slippery Pickle, you don't need a driver's license to drive in SA. No, you need a 200 Rand note and a bottle of Coke. One of the two gets you by. Alison, renewed my driver's license on Friday. You need to book appointment, but in and out in 10 minutes. Yeah, but how long does it take you to get that driver's license? That's the whole problem I have. Because in and out in 10 minutes. I was in Cape Town, not Cape Town, Port Elizabeth, and I went there and I didn't have an appointment. Nothing was happening there. And I'm like, can I just do my driver's license renewal? No, you don't have an appointment. Okay, but you can do the temporary one. I'm like, but what's the difference? It's the same tests and everything that you do and the same paperwork. The only difference is the one's printed as a driver's license, the other's printed as temporary 6 months only. Yeah, but you don't have an appointment. It was all quiet, so I went through the whole thing, did a 6-month temporary license, etc., etc. And yeah, couldn't do my driver's license. Now, the problem there is, how long does it take to get me that little piece of plastic card? That's what I'm needing. It's not a matter of actually doing it. Slippery Pickle, Mad Max, Wakanda, Zania. What the hang is Henda on? Slippery Pickle, Mad Max, Wakanda, Zania, Banana, Republic of South Africa. Yeah, it's the R200 and the COCA certificates that you get. Just a pink loin note, slippery pickle. There we go. Not saying I don't have a license, because I do, just saying you don't need one. Talking about driving, I see a friend of mine sent me pictures in Cape Town. The flipping sea is washing across the roads. He sent me a picture of, I think people went walking on the beach and they left their cars there, something to that effect. And I just saw the beach, like the water come up and grab the cars, and I'd hate to be the person coming back from my car and suddenly find there's sharks around it. Yeah. EVs do darn expensive here in SA. No mention reliable electricity. Well, that's the problem. How do you charge? That's such a good point. How do you go over to electric vehicle in South Africa when you cannot charge? I mean, over here, everybody's practically electric. I mean, your buses are electric, everything. It is really nice. Hangzhou itself is an absolute beautiful city, and they are pertinent about having plants and greenery and trees and parks and everything like that. So I really, you know what, I came here and everyone said, oh, the air's going to be terrible, the air's going to be terrible. This place has got so much greenery. It's got more greenery than what I've seen in most cities, Cambodia and South Africa, because they are so pertinent about having greenery, about having plants and flowers and parks and things all over the place. But yes, how do you implement having an electric vehicle in South Africa with load shedding? So as Nigel says, excessively expensive, very, very expensive in South Africa. And then how do you charge it? How do you charge it? Like, you know what, I've got to go for work tomorrow, except we've got 8 hours out tonight, so it's not going to be charged up tonight, you know. What's it? The pups are going to have loads of P-mail to read. We actually bought them a little P tray as well, and it's a little bit bigger than the one we had, and it's even got like this little one sort of corner thing that you can stick into the grid anywhere, so that Oz actually can lift his leg against this like sticking up thing on it as well. The dog literally ate my textbook in primary school. I had to buy a new one. Doberman. Endo, that's your story and you're sticking to it, hey? I've got some plates for me. What's in? I just order them from my part shop. No one asks questions. I had a specialty plate on my motorcycle for I don't know how long. Instead of my number plate, I had my club colors on the back, until one day a cop stopped me. I didn't get fined. I just like, no, I'll fix it. One-way ticket to North Korea, Gulag. Yeah, no, we're talking about the tours there. I'm a little bit behind you guys. Yeah, no, I don't think I have the guts to go to North Korea yet at all. It's really, as I said, we're slowly but surely settling in. Yeah, it's definitely a new experience. The frustrating part is not knowing where to do, getting what. You are reliant heavily on online, and the biggest problem that I find the difference between well, in Cambodia, online was L192 or Grab or Num or Panda. Num and Panda were like online eats and things like that, so restaurants and places to that effect. And then Facebook, almost 90, 80, I'd say 80% of business was done on Facebook in Cambodia. So you just message the person. If you were looking for something, you looked for it on Facebook, and then you found it, and then you message, and usually it gets delivered that afternoon. Somebody pulls up in a scooter with it. We got our kitchen cupboard literally like that. Pulled up on a scooter with a kitchen cupboard. Boom. And then you pay them when you get there. Now over here, the apps in Cambodia were in English as well. Over here, our biggest challenge is actually getting through the apps which are not translated or have no English versions whatsoever. Like my cell phone app, for instance, I have no idea what's cutting with my cell phone. There's a couple of numbers in the top right-hand center as a corner, which I believe is the gigs I have left. But otherwise, I have no idea what it says. And then most of your online apps and that are just, you know what, you're lucky if the app actually has an English name, because I know a friend says, well, we order from this app. And I'm like, what's that app? Let's see the picture. And you can see the picture, but you have no idea what the app is because it's just Chinese. And you go into there, it's just sort of, so you like navigate by pictures. It's like, you know what, you can't even say you're reading it for the articles. So, you know, you can't buy a Chinese scope and say you like the articles because they're not in English. But so we're getting used to being able to try and sort of like translate and navigate that and do online purchasing, and that I think is one of the biggest challenges going along. And then finding places where I can get what, you know, we've sort of like found where we can get South African stuff. We've got a place where I bought grandpa headache tablets. I bought Allergex tablets from them and you can actually buy Boerewors and things like that. But there's a place here called Sam's Club. Now I've actually just got to get used to like sort of trying to order from them as well. It's a little just getting your address in. Sometimes, you know, I have a Chinese version of my address that I've got to try and put into these places and things like that. I still don't know what my address is. Well, I do know what my address is, but when I look at it in Chinese, it's like, I suppose it's there. On Didi, the Uber app or whatever, the home agent or housing agent, he put a home and a work for me. So when I go to work, I just tap work. When I go home, I tap home. What I put in for that, I heaven alone knows, but the car pulls me in, it pulls me to work when I tap work. So there's a place called Sam's Club. I think it's actually related to Walmart or whatever. It's sort of like a metro in South Africa with a lot of wholesale big stuff and things to that effect. But really, it's got some phenomenal meat and things to that effect. I mean, you really got to stop saying things to that effect because I'm trying to not use that effect. It has a bad effect on people. But anyway, it has some really good meat. I bought our toaster there. It has phenomenal big jug of nuts, which I'm trying to get as well. But I've got to go back there again. Otherwise, I've got to actually try and get to do an online order as well. But yeah, great advert for Cambodia. Love the T-shirt. Thanks, Debbie. I have 2 of them. I've got to at least be able to advertise my home. 11 likes. Thank you very much, Hendo. What was the one that I actually saw? There was like a couple of likes, and the next day there were less. So I don't know if they turned into not such good ones. I know I'm just waffling on and rambling, so I hope it's an okay chat today. I always, when I finish something like this, and I think to myself, I wonder if the people switched off and thought, was that worth it at all? Because it's actually such a bunch of snot. But anyway, welcome to your afternoon show. It's the Pepper's Echo Live Echo, so you're watching the Live Echo. To be honest, I've considered getting the duplicate vehicle and just deregistering it and slapping the plates on Slippery Pickle, please contact him for anything that you need to be able to stay safely on the SA roads with. Boys are being dodged, giving us great SA advice on car number plates. It's SA waves. Waves were huge when I was at the beach just now, but it wasn't coming up high yet. I'm assuming you're in the Cape area, somewhere Western Cape, because that's the pictures I got from a friend of mine that was in Cape Town, and they were wanting to take the bikes down there. It's not load shedding you have to worry about. It's EVs with the batteries getting getting stolen. You know what, Slippery Pickle, I'm laughing at that. The sad part is that's probably true. That is the sad part of that joke, is probably it's true. I blame Mr. Saturday Night Fever, Ministry of Electricity in Wakanda, South Africa. Shame. Talk about that. I saw in the news this week that Mangosuthu Buthelezi passed away. God rest his soul. Yeah, he was one of the old stalwarts, and I think he was a pretty fair chap as well. He wasn't a trouble stoker as well. So yeah, not that I wish any death on anybody, but yeah, he was a good old soul, I think. Yeah, one of the nice things that I have also found here is a TV box. I don't know if I've told you about it, so I might be repeating myself. But my TV box has every station imaginable on it, and it has live TV on it as well, including DSTV. So we've just been watching when we had people here, and just before I was quickly sitting with them a bit. And on CakeNet, there was the off-road routes or whatever that they're running. So we watch like CakeNet. I'm going to actually end this show now because we've got to get down to watching rugby. Rugby starts in 15 minutes as well. So yeah, we're going to have to do that too. CB, good to see everyone have to go. Rugby starts soon. Yes. I'm going to actually cut it now as well because it's very, very important that we watch rugby. I had to stay up something ridiculously late the other day. I finished at like 2 o'clock in the morning with rugby. True story, Caesar, my Doberman literally ate my textbook. Hendo's still convincing us on that one. Everyone's going book before again. Now, pouring down, yeah. Oh, wow. Braille Mail, easier reading. Confucius says, learn to read a Mandarin, don't be a pick-plick. Well, I'm going to leave you. I'm not going to go through everything again because I do want to actually finish. Raymond Ackerman. Oh, did Raymond Ackerman also pass away? That's sad. Really, thank you, Hendo, for letting us know there. Obviously, I don't watch enough. I do get onto SABC News and I get onto E-News as well. But this week has just been funeral. And then I don't get the primetime news because like your 6 to 8 o'clock is like 2 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock in the morning. But so I usually, when I'm watching at 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the evening, it's like 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the day there. But anyway, let me leave you with this one. Guy in America, he goes to the unemployment office or something like that to get an unemployment check. And the 1 month, good day, son, ni hao, thank you. Next month he comes again, he goes, thank you. But then he sees that it's a little bit less than the previous check. He says, sorry, this check lower than last month check. Why so much lower? And the lady looks at him and she says, sir, fluctuations. And the guy grabs his check and he walks off to the door. And he turns around at the door and he goes, "Flock you Americans too," and walks off. But yeah, we'll leave it at that. My friends, thank you very, very much for watching. It is an absolute honor and a treat always having you with me. I hope we can keep the streams going. I'm really going to do my very, very best, and hopefully I can find some topics in that. But sometimes, otherwise, we just talk a little bit of nonsense as we go by. Take care. Be good. Hopefully next week we have the pooches. And if you can't be good, be kind. Enjoy the rugby.